Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Track Mind with Habaka. Today, I have a very, very special guest. She's a good friend of mine, and normally she's on the other end doing the interviewing. And today, I have her on the other side of the lane where I am interviewing her. So I am so honored to introduce to many and to some new Miss Theresa Harris. And you know what? She is an incredible woman. She has a lot of accolades. When I say a lot of accolades, I mean, okay, so she is a singer, songwriter. She also is a television host on Windsor Community Television. That's her TV show. And it's on the Windsor Community Television show. And her show is actually called uh Diversity in the Community. And if you haven't seen it, I will put the address in so you can go and watch her interviews that she actually does, because she has some really interesting guests on her show. And I too was on her show too many years ago. And but today I'm so excited to present to so many of you. And like I said, so many of you who don't already know Theresa. She is just absolutely phenomenal. So everyone, welcome, 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 my sister. Welcome, Theresa. I'm so glad to have you here on A Track Mind with Abaka. It's a pleasure to see you. You look wonderful.
And I am so excited. You see that I wore my t-shirt. I don't know if people can see it, but I'll stand up a little bit.
There you go. Yes, indeedy.
And
Habaka merch.
I
Habaka
even have my
merch.
glasses just in case, maybe. Bam.
Oh, she's always representing the Habaka style. That's another reason, just one more reason why I love Theresa.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
so to get started, I want to say, how did you become a TV host?
Well, I was actually I met with this lady and I was actually using the camera to go and follow her around and film things. And she asked me to be on the board at Win TV. And then she finally said, "Do you think you'd like to have your own show?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so
Wow.
she, one of the people on the board, just invited me to have my own program. And that was back in 2008.
2008. That's incredible.
Yes.
And so you have
Yeah.
been with them since 2008, going strong, doing an incredible job because, like I said, if you haven't seen her show, make sure you go on YouTube. I will put the link below at the end in the credits for you to be able to go and see her in action, because she does interview a lot of interesting people, bringing a lot to the community, and that's what it's all about. It's, bringing a lot to the community. So, um 4 months ago, I told you guys earlier that she's a singer-songwriter, and she also plays the piano, right? And the organ. Is that correct?
Yes.
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 So now, how old were you when you started playing the piano, singing, writing music?
Um, I think I started when I was maybe around 12 or 13, kind of fooling around with the piano. And
Wow.
I think I wrote my first song when I don't even remember the name of the song now, but I wrote my first song way back when I was a kid. I was just fascinated by music.
Wow. So did you actually take music lessons, or
And
is it
no,
self-taught?
self-taught.
Incredible. That's the gift of God, so that is a gift. And
Mm.
that's what he means. That's what God means. He gives us many, many gifts. And some of these
Yeah,
gifts that he gives us, we didn't even need any training from anyone else. We were just
right,
able to pick it up because it was innated already there in us and waiting.
right,
Now, of course, down the line, that's, you learn things, you research stuff, you may pick up a few books or something and study some other things, but it was already there just waiting for you to tap in. I
yes,
absolutely
yes.
love that. So She has a Teresa also has a video online with her performing her new single. Is that a new single? Because it was
Yes.
new to me. It was new to me. So,
I
is
mean,
that
at
a new
first,
single? And it's called He
yeah,
Knows My
yeah,
Heart.
yeah. He knows my heart. Yeah. But
I love
can
that
I tell
song.
you a little bit about that
I
song?
want
Is
you to
I
I was
actually
just getting
heard
ready to ask you, how did that song come about?
I heard that song in my sleep. I heard the melody. I heard everything. I heard the whole first verse, and I felt like it was a message from God to for me to give to people, that not to
Mhm.
worry about what other people think about them, because God knows your heart. But it took me 5 years before I actually did anything with the song. But it was like bugging me.
It was bugging you. So,
Yeah.
a lot of times that is so true because you will be given a song, the lyrics, everything, the melody, and then you'll work on it. And us trying to be perfect, it will take us, we'll be like, oh no, that's not it. I don't know. It's not the right feel. Maybe, because I wrote a song one time and it actually took me a year to finish writing the song. The first verse came immediately, but
Hmm.
the rest of the song, it was like it was a war going on and just couldn't get the words together, and I knew what I wanted to say, but I couldn't get it, and then when I would start working on it, I would fall asleep. It was like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was a
yeah,
war, actually a battle to write that song because it was a gospel song too. And I tell you, when I heard that song of yours, He Knows My Heart, it's so bubbly, it's so upbeat, and it's true. It makes you feel like, yeah, he knows my heart, And and like you said, that's the message because the message is so important.
oh
And
God, yeah,
so many
yeah,
people, I believe, need to hear positive messages like that, where they don't have to feel like they are condemned in a box where
right,
if I am not this way, then God doesn't want me. And if I'm not like this, then God doesn't love me. If I'm not like that, He's not going to help me. Those things, like you said, He knows your heart, and
yes,
he is all about the heart, people. That's what he's looking at, actually. And
yes,
as a matter of fact, it was David. He was the apple of God's eye because David was pure in heart, you know.
mm-hmm,
And yes, we make mistakes because we're human, but that is
exactly.
a great message. And I will put the link also at the end of the recording here, at the end of this interview. I will put that link to her video so you can go and watch it and, follow her and click on it and support her.
Thank you.
Share to get the word out. He knows your heart.
Knows my,
Now,
yeah.
I tell you, so I wanted you to also tell me a little bit more about yourself because I don't know everything about Miss Teresa, but the little things what I do know, I just mentioned to you. I've asked her some questions about being a TV host on the diversity in the community, and her being a songwriter, how she started. So tell me something else that I don't know, Miss Teresa.
I'm gonna have to. I'd have to go back a little bit to a little bit even more about the music, because
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something that happened, and I'll try to tell it really quickly. Like I said, I was self-taught. Didn't know all the things about music, and I was working in corporate, and every year we would have um, a big celebration, and they would invite guests in to sing. They invited in the Whiffenpoofs at Yale, from Yale University, I remember. And I said to myself, I wrote a song for the um, the job. It had to do with people working together, and all that kind of stuff. And so I said, I want to tell the creators of the people that were in charge of the program that I wrote a great song that would be for teamwork and all that. And I said, I
Mhm.
was so excited. And I said, even if the Whiff and Poof sings it next year, I said, it'll be great. So I was so excited after the program. I ran up to the lady who was the coordinator. I said, I have a great idea. I wrote this song. It's about teamwork and this and that and the other. And then the lady looked at me and turned her head and kept talking to the other people. Right.
Oh
So
my goodness.
I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken. I thought she was saying that's a great idea. So
Right.
I went to volunteer the following week to help clean a church where people they sold not sold where they fed the homeless. And
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
when I finished cleaning and stuff, I remember going up into the it was the inside of the church where the piano was. And I remember going inside of the church because we had finished cleaning and I started playing the song. And
Wow.
and so I'm singing to myself. So then Monday morning I get to work and there's a message on my phone and it said, if you were the person in the cathedral playing the song, um, could you give me a call? And I said, oh my God, I'm getting in trouble. We were supposed to just be cleaning. I'm
Right.
not supposed to be going into the sanctuary playing. So I called and the lady said, oh, I said, I am so sorry. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there and went on. She said, oh, no, 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 don't worry about that. She said, I'm calling because we could hear you throughout the building and we loved it. She said, could you meet us downtown on we're having a big committee meeting about next year's big event and we want you to come and be a part. And I'm like, what? I go
Wow.
there and who's sitting at the head of the table? The president of the bank and the
No.
whole committee. They asked me to come and be a part of the committee, and the other lady that turned her back and didn't speak to me was nowhere to be seen.
Incredible.
And that is an
That is a
incredible
testimony. That is a testimony.
testimony.
It
Yeah.
really is because you know what? It's so true that if you are meant to be in a certain place and God wants you there, you are going to be there. No one can stop it. So, that's another thing that I want people to understand as well is that you are right where you are supposed to be. And sometimes it's hard to accept that because, we're all going through life, we are experiencing life. But wherever you are in your journey, that's where you're supposed to be. And no one can take anything from you that's not yours.
Exactly.
If it's for
Exactly.
you, it's gonna be fulfilled. And so I'm so excited. That is a great testimony. And I wanted to say with that, uh, you playing in the church, and now do you play also in your church?
Oh, not anymore. I used to play for our children's choir. And the funny part about that is I would make up all the songs that the children sang because I didn't know how to play the popular songs.
Wow.
All the songs that I played for the children's choir for 25 years, but they were
Oh
all
my
songs
God.
that I made up because I didn't know how to play the popular ones. And I see some of those young people today. I mean, they're married. They I mean, they have all kinds of exciting lives, and they will say, "Remember when you used to play for?" And they say, "I remember this little song you made up," and I did that for 25 years.
What a blessing. Now, see, that's
Yes,
something to know. That's something to talk about, Teresa, because you made up a lot. That means you made up, you were there 25 years. You made up a lot
absolutely.
of children's songs. And have you ever thought about putting those, recording those and or putting them in a
I
book or something?
I do have some, and I know you know Dr. Howard. Her son was on my show. He's a great artist. And
Mm-hmm.
he was saying to me, he said, "You remember all those little songs?" He said, "You need to get back to doing that." He said, he just kind of built up my self-esteem. So
Right.
when I got ready to do God Knows My Heart, I wanted to get some seasoned musicians to play for me. And everybody
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get, they were busy, they were whatever. And he was like, "Do it yourself." And I was like,
Exactly. Do
but
it
I've been away from
yourself.
it for so long and I was nervous about it. So I got here in my house, pulled out my recorder, pulled out the electric piano I hadn't played in a long time. And it was just like I, everything just came back to me, reading instructions of how to do the recorder to record everything.
Yes,
And once I got it done, I said, God, because God was just had it on my heart that people need to know this message. All of these things that
exactly.
are put on people that you got to be this way to come to church, you got to dress this way, you got
That's
to do
right.
this. I want people to know that I know your heart. Don't worry about the God.
Don't
Don't
worry
worry about the
about how
outward
you're
appearance.
looking.
God knows your heart. And so, and once I got all of that stuff laid down and went into the studio and did it, that pressure lifted off of me because I did what I was supposed to do.
You did what you were supposed to do. That's right. You followed the assignment. You heard the assignment and you did it. And that is that brought to mind of, you know, also the word says that uh we have to be careful because we
Right.
may not know if we are entertaining an angel, you know.
Exactly.
And an
Exactly.
angel can appear in any form. And
Exactly.
in a form that you may not really uh find familiar or that you might look down on, but
Hmm.
he or she has come in that form of an angel just to see how you're going to act. And so that's another good point of why the Lord put that in your heart to create that song, that he knows your heart, because he does.
Hmm.
We don't know how people are coming. We don't know if we're entertaining an angel. We don't know, I tell people just a smile at someone while you're out
Exactly.
and about can change that person's whole day, because maybe they're having a really bad day and they just needed a gentle, kind face, with a smile and say, "Hey, how you doing? Have a great day." You just don't
Exactly.
know. And it's the little things. I always tell people it's the little things. We make everything so big, you know, out of
We do.
proportion. So
We do.
also,
We do.
Teresa, you also write plays, don't you?
Oh yeah, plays, and we're I mean a part of the part of the journey writers, and we travel out. We actually went to Martha's Vineyard last year, and we also performed over there.
Wow,
And
see, that's
yeah,
another thing. She was not gonna say that, everyone. I just wanted to let you
no,
know
I didn't even think
that
about
I remembered that she
that.
also writes
Yeah.
plays, and, like I said, she has a plethora of talents, so she writes plays. So now how did you get had you written plays before, or was that just another gift that you, stumbled upon and realized that, "Oh, I can do this. I like it. I know what I'm doing."
That's exactly what happened. I used to be used to act a lot. So we used to be in these plays at the Bushnell. And
Okay.
Liston Hilliard was in the one of the plays with me. And he said, "Do you think you'd like to come and be in our writers group?" I said, "Well, I only write lyrics. I don't know anything about
Mhm.
writing stories and all that." He said, "Well, just come and just see how you like it." So I went to visit and I wrote my first piece, and I was looking for them to critique because that's what they do, critique people and like, and they actually liked it. I was like, because I was saying I'm not a writer, whatever. And so that's what started that. Then now I really enjoy writing, you know.
Incredible. There again, another hidden gift, another hidden talent that she didn't know, and by someone else approaching her, brought it
Hmm.
out, because you probably would have never even thought of that, even doing that.
No, nope, not writing anything having to do with plays or and I think my purpose too is also to encourage people that I mean, I'll be 70 this year. And so my
Wow,
thing
you
is
look like
to
a
encourage
spring chicken.
a spring chicken with gray hair, right?
That's
My
right.
thing is to encourage people that are my age, older, whatever. There is so much you can still do. So that's the one thing that I try to do to encourage people that there's
Exactly.
still a whole lot out here. You don't have to sit in the corner, peek out the window, looking for something. There's so much you can do in your 60s, 70s, 80s.
That's
So
right.
that's another thing I try to encourage people about. Yeah.
That is wonderful, because that is so true, because I know back in the day, uh we used to think getting older
Mhm.
that when you got older you just didn't do anything, you just sat on the porch in a rocking chair and 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 you just have your grandkids and cooking, and you didn't do anything, you was done, nobody wanted to be around, talk to you. But
Right.
now, the world has evolved in such a way that, like you said, encouraging older people to let them know that life is not over. Whatever their
No.
talents, whatever their gifts are, get on out there, get involved and encourage. And especially the young people, our youth need it today. They
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
need to hear from the elders. I believe, because there's so many different things going on, and we need to be able to step in and give them the that listening ear as well, without judgment,
Right. Right.
because a lot of
Right.
times they're afraid to even speak what they're feeling because they might be judged, they're going to get in trouble. But those things, we need to be a little bit more cognizant of how we are treating one another, even the youth, because they are the future.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh
Teresa,
yeah. Yes.
I want you to tell everyone, what would you tell anyone listening who may be thinking about writing, or writing music, or just they love the piano and they're thinking about doing it but they're afraid? Or what would be your advice to give to anyone
Mm,
listening to you, and how you even started your journey?
I just say to everybody, if you have something that you want to do, just try it. If it's not for you, it's I tried it, it's not for me, and then just go. I mean, because I've tried some of everything. Some things I hung on to it and
Mhm.
was successful at it. I mean, I used to be out filming everything. I mean, back in the day, I would film everything. They didn't. I my stuff, I'd edit it, I'd take it to the station, and they would put it on. So I used to film all the time. So I tried it.
Wow.
So I'm saying you just try, I mean, try everything. Anything you think you want to do, try it. You might like it. You might say this is not for me, but at
Mhm.
least when you come to the time when you say, well, I tried that. Well, I tried this, I didn't like it, or I tried it, I was great at it. I'm just saying, don't sit back and let life pass you by and say,
Exactly.
I wish I would have done this. I wish you don't want to have no regrets.
Okay,
So
that's it right there. You
yeah,
don't wanna have any regrets,
right.
and I think that's a very important message, and like you said, just try it. So from Teresa, you heard it straight from Teresa. If you're thinking about doing something, just try it, and guess what? It's okay if it doesn't work out. At least you tried it to see if it was for you. And, because, it's like an artist painting, or, uh, even being taking a song that you really like, and you want to sing it. But then when you start to work on it, you're like, oh, no, 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 this is not for me. I can't do it. It doesn't sound good. I don't really feel it like I thought I would. Or, so it's like, yeah, just don't be afraid. Don't make, don't have any regrets, people.
That's
Teresa
right.
has said the magic words. Don't have any regrets, because
Hmm.
that is not why we have been put here on this earth.
No,
No regrets. You want to have joy and be smiling, knowing that you did all the things you wanted to do.
that's right.
Don't be afraid. Just do
That's
everything you want
right.
to
That's
do,
right.
live a happy life. And you know what? So, like I said, everyone, make sure that you go and watch Miss Teresa in action as a TV host on Win TV. And that's the Windsor Community Television. And her show is Diversity in the Community. And then, like I said, I will put a link at the end of the credits where you can find her song. And I am just so honored again to have my friend here where I am on the other side doing the interviewing and to have her on A Track Mind with Habaka. It has also been a pleasure to have her here today to let you get to know a little bit about her and her gifts and her talents. And make sure you share A Track Mind with Habaka, everyone. Thank you so much, Theresa. I love you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for coming on A Track Mind with Habaka. And our conversation, it has been absolutely a blast. And hey, till the next time, the next interview, I say stay sweet and God bless you. Bye.